Hello, folks, and welcome to an all-new West Bloomfield 911 show. I'm Officer David W. McNealy III, and this is my partner,
Officer Zena Dailey.
Guys, we've got a really exciting guest for you today. We have Carmen Maskey from the Michigan State Police. Trooper Maskey, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm going to ask you to hang out for a second. We're going to come right back to you, but right now we're going to flip the show over to Zena's Daily on the Daily.
Hello, folks, and welcome to Daily on the Daily. We're going to start with Ask a Cop a Question. This question came from Milo from West Bloomfield. Cool name, Milo. What do I do when I get a ticket? Well, if you look at your citation about 3/4 of the way down, you're going to see the court that we use, which is the 48th District Court, as well as a phone number. The officer will typically let you know that you have 14 days to contact the court if you want to dispute that citation or ask for it to be reduced. If you just want to pay that citation off and be done with it, there are instructions on that that actually tell you step by step of what you do if you want to mail it, pay it online, or come into the court to pay that. If you like us on Facebook, ask us a question, send it our way. We'll try to get your question on here as well. Today we're going to talk about something that I've been a victim to, as well as many of you, and I know this because I've taken many of your reports. That's identity theft and identity fraud. What happens is someone takes your personal information and uses it for their own economic gain. They obviously obtain this information illegally, wrongfully. The Department of Justice will tell us that there are some of the common ways that people actually get your information. In public, when you're out and about and you're making a purchase, sometimes you have to give information to the clerk, and there are people that are standing over your shoulder that actually are listening to what you're saying. So be very mindful if you're giving out your credit card information or any other personal information, or hand the clerk your card so that way no one is actually listening in on your conversation. And if you're on the phone giving this information, try to be quiet or be in a more private place. You know how we all get those applications in the mail with credit card information, and we tend to toss those in the trash if we don't want to use them? Well, the problem with that is people are actually going through your trash and they're collecting this information, and they're now opening up credit cards and getting loans in your name. So make sure you shred that information before you just toss it out. And then last, on your email you get spam mail. They'll actually ask you for personal information in your emails, and people do tend to give that away. Be very mindful of that. Once they get your information, they're opening up, like I said, the false applications of loans and credit cards. They start to withdraw funds from your bank account, and like most of us see, they go on shopping sprees with your credit cards. Some of the things you want to do to protect yourself and to be mindful of this is check your bank account, watch your activity, and if there's something you don't recognize, contact your bank immediately, or the credit card if that's what they're using. Read your bills and keep an eye out for anything that you don't recognize. And check your credit report. A lot of us don't do that, but as you know, you'll see it advertised on TV, the free credit check. You want to make sure you do check that frequently to make sure no one's opening up cards, loans, or anything else in your name. So there are companies out there that their sole purpose is to protect your identity, and if there's any fraudulent activity, they actually notify you. There are companies like LifeLock and Identity Guard, just some of the two that I know of. You want to research them, check the reviews, and that's pretty much all you want to do to make sure that your identity is not stolen. If it is, we also have information packets at the police department that you can pick up that let you know what you need to do to keep yourself safe. That's a wrap. Dave, back to you.
That's great information. See, folks, even police officers are subject to that, so It's great information. Thanks for that, Z. Folks, I'm going to ask you to stay with us. We're going to take a short station break, and we'll be right back with Trooper Maskey. Thanks.
You're watching West Bloomfield 911 on Civic Center TV, a service of the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commission. For more information or to watch episodes on demand, visit civiccentertv.com/WB911. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
After the tragic loss of an officer in the line of duty, Michigan Concerns of Police Survivors provide support to surviving law enforcement families and co-workers. To learn more about My Cops and upcoming events, or for information on how you can help, visit micops.org or call 877-464-2677.
Folks, welcome back. I'm Officer David W. McNealy III, and this is my partner,
Officer Zena Dailey.
Trooper Maskey. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Folks, Trooper Maskey and I met in some training, so she's actually a friend of mine, and I was glad that she decided to come on to the show. Why don't you tell the folks how we met?
Well, first of all, you can call me Carmen, because we know each other.
I was probably going to call her anyway, Carmen anyway, folks, but thank you.
You're welcome. So we met at team training, which stands for Teaching, Educating, and Mentoring. And that's a program that teaches us how to teach lessons to kids from grades kindergarten up through high school. So the training was a lot of fun. Sometimes it was uncomfortable. We got to do some skits and some dancing and singing.
I think my group won
yeah,
one of the events
I think my group didn't win any. So yeah.
You guys weren't as talented as our group.
We were not. You guys were very good.
You know,
yeah.
folks, that you guys we hear what she said about team. Officer Rick has done team for years, so that's the same thing that that Carmen is saying right now.
Right. So there are a lot of lessons within the team curriculum, and they cover areas like bullying and cyberbullying and internet safety. A lot of lessons for little kids just about basic safety, you know, stranger danger and you know,
Are
things
the
like
parents
that.
receptive to team? Are the educators there? Because when I was out with Officer Rick, the educators loved it, the students loved it. They still gravitate towards him long after they've graduated. I've been out in the community, so team is a really, at least here in West Bloomfield, they really gravitate towards it.
They love it. The kids love it. You know, I end up introducing myself to them as Trooper Carmen, so that's what they call me. They like the program. The teachers love the program. It follows their same curriculum, and they respond really well. And it's good for them to see us out and about talking with them. We're a little less, I guess, robotic, you could say. You know, they see us as normal people. So the kids actually, you know, get to interact with us, whereas sometimes they don't get to. So it's really nice to be out there in the community and talking to the kids and going to different schools. So the post that I'm at is, I'm assigned to the Metro North post.
Now, is that considered a detachment? I know MSP has gone through some changes. Is that a detachment post, or am I saying it right for the viewers?
We have detachments that are out of the Metro North Post. So the detachments that we have are Novi, Chesterfield, Groveland, and and the Bruce Township detachment. So those are detachments of the Metro North Post, and our post covers Macomb and Oakland counties. So typically I'm in Macomb County Schools, and that's kind of where I do my thing, and then my partner is usually in the Oakland County Schools.
Who's your partner?
Trooper Mark Kellar.
Oh yeah, I see Mark everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the place.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, seems like a good guy.
Yeah, he is, and the kids love him. They love him. So it's a lot of fun to get into the schools and to be able to teach these kids and just interact with them. So.
Do you guys set these up with the administrators ahead of time so that parents know that you guys will be there, or do you guys just go from school to school based on your schedules?
We typically will set them up with the administrators, and I'm not sure if they send something home and let parents know that we're coming in or not. It's usually like a real quick 30, 45-minute presentation. It can be something bigger if they want it to be. Sometimes we'll do after-school presentations where the parents are involved and do that type of thing. Sometimes it's assemblies, so it's like a school-wide thing. We'll do it for the high schools and talk to them all at the same time. And with my program, I'm a community service trooper. That's my title. So we have a few other things that we can take around to schools. We have a distracted driving simulator that we can take around for the older kids, and they really enjoy that and appreciate us being there. And then we have a little kit that we do fingerprints, a photo. We actually do a short video of kids, child ID safety kits, and then the parents get to take home the information.
Is that if a child goes missing, you guys offer that service?
Yep, yeah. So we don't keep any of the information because sometimes parents think that, you know, we save it all somewhere.
Right.
We don't do that. We put it on a disc. We give it to them to take home. So they have their fingerprints, a photo, and a little video of their child if they're old enough and if they're willing to talk into a microphone. And they get to take it home with them. So if something happens, they have all of that on that disc. So it's
that is
pretty
pretty
cool.
cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then I'm trying to think of the other thing that we have. We also have car seat techs at our post. Okay. So I was telling you earlier,
Right.
I just did a little spot on Channel 7 yesterday talking about car seat
you're
safety.
a child safety specialist also? I've gone through that training also?
Yes,
You know,
which is, it's quite involved.
Oh boy,
I was
I
surprised.
never had any idea. You know, as being a parent myself, here I'm thinking, what are you telling me about a child safety
Car
seat
seat,
for. I've done
right.
this is old hat for me.
Right.
Until I went to that class, Carmen, and I was like, oh.
You
my
realized you were
God.
doing everything wrong? I did the same
I quickly
thing.
got on the phone and said, hey, honey, move that over to here and do this and do that. And what are you talking about? I said, I'll tell you when I get home.
Right.
We got to move the seat.
We were talking about the same
So-
thing, how my husband and I were arguing about who's right. I said, behind the driver. He's like, it's behind the passenger. No, it's actually the middle. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, but we do that. We offer those services too out of the post as a community service trooper.
Now, do you find with your position as a community service trooper, you are supported by your administration, your colonel on down, because it has to funnel down? They're really, do they support the community service trooper? Do they want you guys out in the community?
Oh, definitely. Our Colonel, Colonel Christy Etchew, is incredibly supportive. Actually, I just attended a banquet yesterday, which was the community policing banquet, and
Very
they
cool.
hand out awards to different posts. So that was yesterday, and she was there to hand out
I want
awards.
to tell the folks too, I was pretty impressed. She took time out of her day, because like I said, that's how Carmen and I met. She actually came and presented our certificates, and I was like, wow. I mean, she actually took that time, and it made me feel that she was behind the program, which was really cool. I mean, I think it's so important. Like I said, Officer Rick's done it for years, but it's so important to get to the kids at such an early age. So it's great that you have it from the top down. That's pretty cool.
Right, and she's actually one of the founders of the team program.
Wow, I didn't
so
know that.
it's,
That I didn't know. I didn't remember
It's kind
that.
of her baby. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So she loves it. She loves us being out there in the community. The troopers that got the big award yesterday were from the Tri-City Post, and
And where's that?
they it's up in, I don't know,
Somewhere
the
up
third
here?
district. Exactly. And they organized a big basketball tournament between like law enforcement officers, she said firefighters, attorneys, just anybody local with the kids in the community. So, and it was like a whole weekend of this tournament that they organized, and they got the big award for community involvement. So we're big into
Now,
community
Carmen, you
involvement.
still troop when you're not doing community service activity. You're still out there policing, right?
Correct. Yep. So I drive a regular patrol car when I'm out and about. If I run into something, I got to take care of it. So, we're still out there.
So, folks, she's still going to write you.
Yeah. Yes, I
So
will.
you don't just drive by if you're
No.
if you're not doing something active in the schools or related to that position. Because I know we're going to ask you. I know Z was going to ask you something about you do some recruiting or something like that too. So Z's going to
Yes.
ask you that. But you still police out there.
Yes, definitely. Yep. On bad days when it's snowing out and we're heavy in calls, then we're out there helping out. So yeah.
What are some of the other services that your division takes care of or offers?
Yep. So I'm also a recruiter. So, and right now we're hiring. So anybody out there, yep, go to
So are we.
Are you?
So are we.
Okay. But it's our website is www.michigan.gov/MSP, and then you can click on an exciting career starts here. So that's as far as our recruiting. We're hiring right now. We have a lot of people that are retiring within the next few years that we're going to lose. So we're trying to maintain.
We're kind of going through that.
Yeah, we
that
are. Last
same
couple of
thing.
years,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're
Yeah.
going through the same thing. It seems to be, because I'm within 7 to 9 myself, and I'm starting to see light at the end of the tunnel myself. So
Exactly. Yep. I have about 6 or 7 to go too. So yeah, and then we're just trying to keep our numbers up and keep
see,
young
you've got
people.
more than just one law enforcement person in your house. How does that work out?
Sometimes it's pretty challenging because my
tell the-
husband is also a trooper. We work out of the same post. He works at a different
Who's doing the
detachment.
dishes if you guys are both working?
Well, I'm senior, so
There you go.
yeah.
You got to beat.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, we typically, our schedules, we can kind of finagle them, and
Yeah.
we also have 5 kids, so we're pretty busy people. Yeah, so but we figure it out, and it works. With any job that you'd have, you just make it work. So you figure it out.
So
Yeah.
Folks, they talk about a service-oriented family right there.
Right.
My goodness, that's awesome. 'Cause
Yeah.
What does he do? I'm going to talk about him for a second. Is he just trooping on the road? Is he these special assignments? Because you said you guys are hiring, so I'm going to have you talk about that too. But what does your husband do?
Yep, he's a trooper out on the road, and he currently also is an evidence tech. So when he's needed, he'll go out for those calls. But typically, he's just out there on the road every day.
Does he assist I'm going to say that for your recruiting part of it, does he assist on like fatal crashes, things like that?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
'Cause we'll call our EVTECs out for those type of incidents, so.
For his, he's usually, for evidence techs, he's usually called out to like homicide scenes and that type of thing. Our accident investigators are who we call out to fatal crashes, so, and then a reconstructionist after that. So that's where he ends up.
How often does he get called out?
Maybe, it just depends, maybe
What's going
once a
on.
month or maybe more than that, but yeah. And how many we have at the post or who's working at the post at the
Okay, yeah.
time and that type of thing, yep,
So what are some of the other specialties that Michigan State Police
that we have.
offer to the greater metropolitan area here? Some of the services that we may not know about.
Well, within our post, I'm gonna read these off just so
okay.
I don't like forget anything. But we, in this area, we have an aviation squad, we have a bomb squad, we have K-9 units, so most people know about those. We have an ES team, which is our emergency support team, similar to somebody's SWAT team.
okay.
And then underwater recovery team, so we have guys who go dive for evidence or bodies or that type of thing. We have different fraud teams that look into tobacco tax, fraud investigations with financial crimes and bridge card fraud, undercover narcotics teams, fugitive teams. We have a motor unit, so we have the guys out there on the motorcycles. We have people who work inside the casinos. That's our gaming division. We have our commercial motor vehicle enforcement, so the guys out there who
You
stop
see those guys on the freeway?
the trucks, yeah. And then different task force that we have that are multi-jurisdictional, so they're involved with other departments as
Carmen,
well.
You said that stop you on the motor carrier. Now, is that a civilian arm? Are they?
Right.
Tell us about that.
They're you're gonna make me flounder here. They're a
do it.
separate division
save you.
than we are. Thank you. And then so they're separate than us,
Okay.
but they're within the Michigan
They
state,
go through
the
an
state of
academy.
Michigan. Yes, they do.
Okay. 'Cause again, I'm looking at your overall picture for your recruiting purposes, but so if somebody doesn't want to actually go out and be a Michigan State trooper that works the road, they could go over to your commercial side and strictly work trucks.
Right.
Because I've done some of that training myself because I'm a former traffic guy, and so I know that's a civilian.
They're out there, and I know they're typically Monday through Friday, and they don't work holidays, so they like to throw out there to people, anybody who's looking for a job and doesn't want to have to, work
Right.
all the time like we do.
Right.
And then they deal with the big trucks out there, or trucks for hire, so it could be smaller trucks out there too.
To go back to you mentioned your K-9 unit. You guys typically have a K-9 on each shift.
We do, yep, we have 4 that run out of the post, so
Okay.
typically they are on each shift.
Okay,
Yep.
that's good to know because we do use our K-9 quite a bit when they're not working. And we also hear other departments around us looking for K-9s quite frequently. And sometimes we just don't know where to get one. So.
Oh, ours would be willing to assist anytime.
good to know,
So be
okay.
sure to, give us a call.
So you guys did something new recently, so I'm going to put you on the spot here. Can you guys see this hat right here?
Yes.
That you guys just went to those, was it this year?
Yeah, it was at the end of December we started wearing them.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw one of those, I was in Ohio, and it was an Ohio State Trooper, and it was a scary thing. But those are nice hats. We use them for our honor guard. I love them.
Yes.
So
Yep.
I bet you the troops like them.
Very nice hat. The troops, a lot of troops love them. We just decided to go to them. It's kind of our throwback because we're celebrating our 100th anniversary this year. So
That's awesome.
The Michigan State Police has been around for 100 years.
Wow.
You can put it on.
And we actually had a vote within the ranks, and everybody voted that they wanted to go back to these. So
Go Classic.
now they're our hat now.
Yeah, I was on Southfield Freeway, and I saw a goose coming up. I go, oh my goodness, here comes a troop car. So immediately I move over like everybody else does, and it had your insignia, 100 years. Where's that car being stationed
So
at?
those-
it was really sharp.
that's pretty
we
cool.
have 30 of those that got spread out through, 50 cars spread out through the 30 posts throughout the state.
Okay.
So, and those are our 100 anniversary year vehicle. They're different color schemes,
Yeah.
so they're the
Have
old
you
black
seen it?
and gold.
No, I haven't. She was telling me
It's
about
really
it.
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
Folks, we get a chance to see it. It's really a sharp. Well, does anyone really want to see a police car behind you, particularly? Because when it was behind me, it scared the crap out of me. But it's really sharp.
Still has the bubble.
Yeah.
And then on the side in the shield it says 100 years of service. So it's really
I
a
noticed
cool
you
car.
guys too with some of your cars. Sorry, some of your cars you guys have gotten into because I did an internship with you guys at the beginning of college, and you guys didn't have any red and blue lights. You had nothing. And you know, me as an officer for coming up on 20 some odd years now, I always thought there needed to be more lights. I've noticed with your, you know, your patrol cars now, you've got red and blue lights now, which I was kind of happy because you can see you guys a little bit better.
Right. Yep.
So.
Yeah, because we still have,
Yeah.
we don't have the light bar on top. We
I'm
have
going to age myself with saying that the tow trucks used to have that same red light. I'm aging myself now, and you never knew if it was a tow truck on the freeway or a goose. I call it a goose because when I did an undercover stint, that's what the troopers that were in my unit called it, so we call it a blue goose.
That's what we still call
folks,
it.
if you're wondering what I'm calling a goose, it's a state police
It's our
cop
car, yes.
Yep.
And you guys have some special events coming up for this anniversary, correct?
Right, so we have a few celebrations that are going to be in Lansing for the 100-year anniversary, some for the public, some for the people in the department. But yeah, we're very excited about
That's pretty
being
cool.
around for 100 years, yeah.
What do they go to your website to find out information?
Yes, yep, that www.michigan.gov/MSP, yeah, so that information's out there.
Anything else you'd like to tell us about Michigan State Police?
I'm just sure we're a very good department to be in. Pretty young department right now, so to get in now, it's a good time, probably for
So
you
said
guys
it's a good-
also.
It's a big turnover. Oh my God, I can't
Turnover,
talk today.
yeah.
Sorry, big turnover coming. So the recruiting opportunities are high. And so, what brought you into law enforcement?
Gosh, years ago, I just wanted to, you start off with, it seems like a fun job. You're probably not going to do the same thing every day, be challenging. And of course, I wanted to help people. And then once I got into it, got in the department, I love it.
Was Metro North your original post?
Nope, I started off at the Metro South Post, which is in Taylor. That one closed for a little bit when we did a little bit of reorganization. Now it's open
See, I'm
again.
a Downriver guy, so I know where
Yep.
that's at.
So started off there, then went to Detroit, then I went out to Richmond, and then back to when we reorganized, it was called the Metro Post to begin with, and it covered all three counties, Wayne, Oakland, Macomb. Then we split up again. Now we're Metro North and Metro South again, and now it's Metro North. So.
Do your guys get to move when they want to? Like, how does that work? Because people think you'll get stuck at one place, out in the boonies and not be able to see your family anymore. How does that work?
Typically, out of recruit school, that used to be kind of one of we had that stigma attached to us where out of recruit school we send you far away from home.
Right.
Typically, we're not doing that very much anymore, just because of you don't want to be far away from your family if that's your support system, and then. It's hard to buy and sell a house.
That's a better recruiting tool.
Right.
Because I'm dating myself again, but I can remember in your process, I'm a Downriver guy. I don't want to go up north unless I'm going to camp.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So that's a good recruiting tool. So if someone wanted to be start off the process with the Michigan State Police, I know they could go to your website. Is there anything else that they could do to start the process? And what are the requirements to be a trooper?
Requirements, 21 years of age. You just have to have a GED or high school diploma, good driving record, and no felonies, good criminal history, no criminal history, and that's pretty much it. So the first step, though, is taking the entry-level law enforcement exam, and that you can apply to take through our website. And once you take that and pass it, that puts you in the process. Our department is a little bit different than other departments where we have our own academy. So you go through our entire hiring process, you're hired, and then you start in our academy. And
Where is that at?
That's in Lansing
Okay.
also, yeah. So you're there for, the numbers are changing recently, so I'm going to say like 4 to 5 months at the academy. You're there Sunday evening through Friday night. You live there. It's paramilitary
Is there something
organization.
that you can tell a potential trooper, not that we're going to let you steal anyone from us, but should they be in good physical, mental shape?
All of that, yeah. You need to be in good physical shape, good mental shape. If you have a criminal justice degree, it's going to help you out immensely. So it's not required to be in our department, but desired maybe, and it might just make you better in recruit school. You might be a little bit more prepared and maybe have a little bit of an edge over other people. So. Typically, when you come out of recruit school, when you graduate, your you're ranked by your test scores,
Okay.
and that what also determines your seniority within your recruit school, which can be important later on
Right.
with
As you're
picking
moving-
shifts.
As you're moving
Right.
throughout.
Or transferring, because we do have transfer opportunities. It goes by seniority, so they'll put them out there, sporadically. We need some troopers here. Whoever wants to apply can put in for it, and if you're the one with the highest seniority, you get it. So
What does that mean in terms of, because like I said, when I did my little stint undercover, I had troopers in my, what we called a crew, and they applied in. How does that work, like for promotionals, just like that? 'Cause we've got a few minutes left in the show, so I want to get you to plug as much as you can for your agency.
Some of our positions are seniority based, so you put in for it. If you're the most senior person, you would get it. Some are based on interview, so you're gonna get your whole package together, everything you've done in your career, and then you're gonna go interview. It's pretty nerve-wracking.
Right.
And so you'll interview in front of some lieutenants, and then they'll pick the best person that they think is fit for the job. In order to become a sergeant in our department, you have to take a written exam, and then you have to apply for those spots and interview.
Well, we got just a minute or two left. Why don't you tell the folks again how they can reach out to MSP, give them your website, and any other information you'd like them to have, particularly about the 100th anniversary of Michigan State Police.
Well, if you go onto our website, www.michigan.gov/MSP, you can find out all about our 100-year anniversary. And in April, we're going to have some celebrations in Lansing, but that information is going to be on our website. And I'm sure there'll be some nice pictures of our new vehicle on there, too.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for another exciting episode of West Bloomfield 911. I'm Officer David W. McNealy III, and this is my partner.
Officer Zena Dailey.
We'd like to thank Trooper Maskey, Carmen. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Folks, you can like us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. You can also catch these episodes on civiccenter.com. And for the most up-to-date public safety information, you can go to nixle.com. Thanks for watching again, folks. Bye-bye.